everyone. My name is Miss Julie. Welcome.
And my name is Miss Leanne, and we're so glad that you've joined us today.
We're continuing our series where we're asking God to work through me, just like the Old Testament prophets.
Oh, I can hardly wait. Now, do you have a prophet puppet for us today, Miss Julie?
I do, and it's one of my favorites. It's a paper bag puppet.
Cool.
But you're going to need some clues to figure out who this person is.
Yes, you're definitely right. Okay, give us some clues. What's your first clue?
Well, it's a man.
Okay, it's a man. But I thought all the prophets in the Bible were men. Were there any women prophets in the Bible?
Well, actually, there were a few, but there were way more men. So I guess I didn't give you a very helpful clue. Okay, so this guy had a run-in with a cistern or a well.
A cistern or a well. So is like a well or a cistern, is that like one of those things that you put water, you dig a big hole and you reach down and you get water out of it? Okay,
Exactly.
So that's, cistern or a well. Now let me see. There were some people in the Bible that had well mentioned in connection with them. Let me see. Oh, I know. Okay, Joseph was thrown into his well by his mean brothers, but he wasn't a prophet.
No.
Let's see. Oh, I know. Jesus met a woman at the well, but he said it's a man. It's not a woman, so it can't be her. I need another clue.
Okay, I'll give you one more clue. He's one of the major prophets. So that means he wrote one of the longer books in the Old Testament. And I will say, this is not a common Bible story. I'm going to guess that most of the kids probably don't know it very well.
Are you telling me that there's Bible stories we haven't heard of? Oh, I have no idea what this story is about and who that puppet is.
Okay, well, it depends on how much you read your Bible, but there are lots of stories in the Bible that we just don't have time to go over in church.
True.
So how about we check this one out?
Sounds great. I can hardly wait to hear this story.
Pain and grief tore at the prophet Jeremiah as he watched his beloved people worship other gods and refused to turn back to the one true God. The sorrowful prophet had been met with rejection, imprisonment, banishment, false accusations, and physical brutality because of the message God had sent him to deliver. Now, destruction was moving swiftly toward the nation of Israel at the hands of an invading army. Again, the Lord warned through Jeremiah, "Your city and anyone who remains in it will be destroyed by the Babylonians." But God showed mercy by adding, "But if you leave now and throw yourselves upon the pity of the Chaldeans, your lives will be spared." When the king's officials heard the words of the prophet, they were filled with anger. Losing to the Babylonian king was not part of their plan and not at all what they wanted to hear. They accused Jeremiah before the king. "He is a liar, and he is bringing everyone's spirits down. If we do not get rid of him, the soldiers will give up fighting, and we will lose the city to the Babylonians. Kill him." So the king carelessly agreed, "Go ahead and do whatever you want with him." When the king's officials found Jeremiah, they seized him and threw him into a broken and empty cistern, where he began to sink into the deep mud and was left to die. But although Jeremiah was the only man sitting in the mire of that dark and empty cistern, he was not alone. God was with him, and his pain did not go unnoticed. An Ethiopian servant in the king's house named Ebed-Melech heard of the injustice of Jeremiah's situation and went to the king saying, "Please have mercy on Jeremiah, for he has been dealt with unfairly. He will die if he is left in the cistern much longer." This time the king decided to stand up for Jeremiah. He commanded the Ethiopian, "Hurry, take 30 men and lift him out of the cistern before anything worse happens to him." Ebed-Melech responded immediately. He believed the words of God spoken through the prophet and risked his own life in order to save Jeremiah. This act of bravery and selflessness would later be rewarded when his own life was spared during the destruction of the city. God praised him for his faithful actions. "I will surely save you because you have trusted in me." The men pulled Jeremiah out of the damp, deep cistern. He was cold, hungry, and covered with mud. They placed him in the custody of the palace prison, where he remained until the king called for him to meet at the temple. The king said to Jeremiah, "I need to hear from God about what is happening. Please tell me everything. Hold nothing back." Jeremiah knew the king did not want the truth, but only wanted to hear what pleased him. So he said to the king, "You will surely kill me for what I am about to say, and you won't heed my words anyway." The king insisted he would not hurt the prophet. Jeremiah did not trust the vows of a fickle and cowardly king, but he did trust in God. So with courage and determination, he once again presented the harsh truth of certain judgment and gave a strict warning despite the deadly risk.
Now, I'm curious to know if you have heard this story of Jeremiah and the cistern before. I want you to give me 2 thumbs up. And if it was brand new, give me a fist pump. Oh, wow, that's so great. Now, you know what I really like about this story? We see how God is trustworthy. What God was telling the people to do did seem to make sense to King Zedekiah, so he chose to listen to his officials and not God's messenger, Jeremiah. But God knew what was best, and the king and the people shouldn't have disobeyed him. Things would have turned out so much better if they just had listened to Jeremiah's message from God.
You're right. For us today, God might ask us to do something that does not make any sense, or maybe it's confusing. But, boys and girls, we can trust God no matter what, because God is trustworthy. He's proven that time and time again.
That's right. Now, it's a really good thing that Ebed-Melech noticed how Jeremiah was being treated, and he bravely told the king. He could have been killed for doing that.
Yes, he could have, but he saw someone being treated unfairly or unjustly, and he did what was right. Because of Ebed-Melech, not only was Jeremiah saved, but he was also summoned by the king, who heard the message from God. Ebed-Melech acted justly.
And that reminds me of the Bible verse that we've been learning this month. It talks about how we are to act justly. And that means we should treat others with fairness and stand up for those who need our voice. Maybe when they're being bullied, just like Jeremiah was. Let's say it all together. Ready? Let's have everyone stand up to say this. Great, here we go. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. Let's say that once more, all together, nice and loud. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. Now, all this talk about acting justly towards others and trusting God to work in situations really got me thinking. I want God to work through me. I trust God and I want to surrender my life to Him, my time, my abilities, my voice, everything to be used by Him. God is trustworthy, friends. Work through me. Now, if you want to invite God to work through you, shout out our bottom line with me. It is, God is trustworthy, work through me. Ready? God is trustworthy, work through me.
This week, let's be looking for ways that God can work through us to help those around us. Oh, it was so good to learn together today, friends. See you next time.
Bye.
You were before time, and you'll be when it ends. You have no beginning and no end. Your word will endure without change to sing a brand new song. You opened up my eyes to see. You rescued me, rescued me. You showed the way when there was no way out. Cleared up my mind when you erased all doubt. You made me strong when I was weak. You rescued me, rescued me. Through every storm of life, I know you're by my side. So I am holding on to your promises. You are the God who holds my future, all my dreams. So I am holding on. You'll never let go of me. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. Holding on to you. Hey! You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! Through every storm of life, I know you're by my side. So I am holding on to your promises. You are the God who holds my future, all my dreams. So I am holding on. You'll never let go of me. I know you're by my side. So I am holding on to your promises. You are the God who holds my future, all my dreams. So I am holding on. You'll never let go of me. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey!
Hi, friends. My name is Miss Leanne. So excited to see you. Now, at Children's Ministry, we can show God's love to others by using our Loaves and Fishes dollars. You all have an opportunity to get Loaves and Fishes dollars 3 ways. First, you can bring a new friend to church, or you can invite them to watch online with you. Second, you can memorize your Bible verse for the month and say it to an adult or your leader. Third, you can read your Bible at least 3 times a week and tell the grown-up in your house or your leader that you did it. If you're watching online, your grown-up can fill out an online form and our team will track how many Loaves and Fishes dollars are in your account. And if you're in person, you can just tell your leader and get your Loaves and Fishes dollars right away. The Bible tells an amazing story about one boy who gave his lunch to Jesus so that he could multiply it and feed 5,000 people. Jesus can do the same with all the Loaves and Fishes dollars that you collect. Now, every dollar can be used to help someone either here in Calgary, in Canada, or another country in the whole wide world. Remember, it is always better to give than to receive. Now, at the end of every month, the Loaves and Fishes store will be open for you to be able to use your Loaves and Fishes dollars. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask your children's staff person. We believe in supporting other organizations through our offering, and we are supporting an organization called Next Step Ministries. They provide a safe place for women to stay. These ladies have had struggles, and they don't have a place to live. Our offering money will help provide towels and bedding and pillows for these women who are hoping to get a new start and now have a place to call home. Next Step is also a special place where they can get to know Jesus and He can heal their hearts. If you have your offering, you can go ahead and put it in the offering container right now. Thanks for listening, friends.